Like, what is it that Sharif Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all?
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Juwan Odom, did I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch Juwan Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. Hey man, that's the fastest cup of coffee that I ever ran to go get, bro. Oh, Bryce, you still on mute. Hold on.
Man, my bad. I'm tripping. I'm a little rusty. Like you can tell, we ain't been on in a minute. I was saying, where the heck he coming from? Hopping over.
Hey, I was on a fast break, dog, to go get that cup, big dog.
I feel you.
Hey, fat boy sweating and everything, bro. What is going on?
And you gotta cool down, man. Before they take your temperature, you gotta cool down, man. Cool off.
Hold on, sip of water too.
Where the Kool-Aid at?
No Kool-Aid today, dog. I feel like it's gonna be a rough show.
Why you
I
say
had
that?
to substitute coffee with Kool-Aid, and that's never the move.
Where Huff at?
He's reffing volleyball, but he's about to join.
He ref volleyball?
I'm not reffing volleyball, but you know, he getting his athletic director.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just looked at the group chat. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably can leave that one alone, though.
Yeah. It's gonna change it's gonna change the intros a little bit. Let me introduce properly, man. This is the Love of the Game podcast. It's Thursday night. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know how we do. Locke is on the way. Huff is on the way.
Locke somewhere watching P Valley.
Facts.
Who added 3 superstars?
Yeah. What's going on? Yo.
Who we talking about? Who added 3
What's
superstars?
poppin', coach? Yeah.
Huff?
Yeah. Who? Oh.
Nah, I heard he had a 6'6" coming in from South Georgia or something, or Florida.
Oh, hey, you gotta hit the DMs for that one, big dog. You gotta hit the DMs. Hit my line.
You must have been over to one of his workouts or something.
Yeah. Mr. Top 10. Hey, listen. Hey, let's start there. Before I get into any seriousness shit, hey, let's talk about these sorry ass Falcons while Huff ain't on here. You noticed, Bryce, that Huff was real quiet in the group chat since Sunday.
Yeah, he was real hurt. He was salty.
Even like I start texting him. Oh, here. Hey, we on your head, my boy. We on your head.
How you gonna be on my head?
They need a new coach.
Suck.
They need a new coach, bro.
I'm not talking about that, man.
And you know what? What made it worse was I was hoping that they were going to win that game so that my team.
This is not a football show. I am not talking. I will black my screen out.
Check the comments. Check the comment section.
Hey, do you remember, Bryce, the look that Huff gave me when I told him that Matt Ryan just isn't that guy? You remember?
Matt Ryan's fault, though.
It's not Ryan's fault.
It's always his fault.
No,
he's
it's
a bad
not.
luck charm. He's slept rock.
That means you don't know football. That wasn't his fault.
I don't know football that well, but I know that
it's never his fault. They always lose, and it's never his fault.
That's cool. It was his fault in the Super Bowl, partially.
are trash, my boy.
Hey, the team from Washington has a better record than them.
It's 2 games in the year.
Hey, I'm so mad, bro.
I want you to keep that same energy, Bryce.
Hey,
we gonna do it then.
I just want to know, bro, is it any cracks or dents in your TV?
Nah, I'm not messing up property now.
Falcons fans, y'all are just like every Sunday, y'all just sound so bad on Twitter. Like y'all sound worse than the Washington fans. Like y'all
they sound sick, don't they?
They sound sick. Like
hold on. Number one, the person from Kentucky can't talk about football at all. No protein. And we're college football, we're not talking about that. So Mondre should not even say anything.
Yeah, but he had Lamar Jackson though.
So you get a one-hit wonder.
Quarterback you. Stop playing with us.
Who's the other quarterback in your lifetime?
Teddy Bridgewater is good.
Yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater better than Matt Ryan? No.
He's good though.
Good.
I mean, he did tear his whole leg off. Come on now. His whole leg fell off in an NFL game.
And what does that mean? So now we making excuses for people who get hurt?
You make excuses for Matt Ryan, and he's never hurt.
Matt Ryan is going to be in the Hall of Fame. So what are you saying?
Wow, really?
He's never going to win anything, and he's going to get to the Hall of Fame. He's
never going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Matt Ryan's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
For what? What has he done?
Nothing. Numbers.
Lose spectacularly.
In the Hall of Fame.
He's gonna lose spectacularly.
Hey,
look at his numbers.
Hey.
What?
Hey, this is gonna go right up there with Huff agreeing that Brad Stevens is a genius.
I did not say Brad Stevens was a genius.
No, he's a genius, bro. He's
okay. You're not gonna go to the Hall of Fame, but y'all ain't looked at them numbers yet.
Hey, y'all talk.
This might be the craziest thing I've heard Huff say. I don't know.
Matt Ryan don't have numbers like Matt Ryan, so end it there.
Phillip Rivers East. Hey, I don't watch NFL. I know that comparison, Huff.
Hey,
wow. Hey, well, if the Falcons
never got to the
if the Falcons need a backup quarterback or somebody to fill in, I definitely got some time.
No.
Hey, I can coach. I feel like they need one of those too.
I can help.
I gotta be at least as competent.
Wow. I've been working all day, and this is what I get when I come to
Hey, honestly, hey man, it
was
our guy, man.
Top 10. I like that.
It was the content, the comment section, bro. I didn't even do it.
Comments. We ain't started off.
Yeah, this is how I play this.
Started it off. Like, how about them Falcons?
Hey, can I say, I feel like I need to show y'all some love, man. I didn't do my Thankful Thursday this week. I be forgetting sometimes. And that post is like
flying by. Time is flying by, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's flying by, man. It's about to be October next week.
Facts. I didn't do it. And I be meaning to do it because I feel like it's, just showing people love is important. But y'all two would have been my Thankful Thursday. Like these last couple of seasons, I have learned so much from watching you guys. Like, I think on our last show, we missed last week. So the week before, we missed last week, and that was on me. Because we were in the gym. But the week before, I was questioning, like, Bryce, you mean to tell me you have kids that come to your program, and after everything you've accomplished, they don't buy in? Like, I was like shocked by that, bro. And then it kind of hit me, and I realized, well, shit, after everything that Huff's accomplished, I've been to your practices, and I've come to you after practice. Like, damn, Huff, I would have kicked that kid out of the gym. Like, what is going, you know what I mean? Watching kids not buy in. And it made me realize that, you know what? It doesn't matter whether you're a no name or an incredible name. There are people who just aren't going to buy in to what it is that you're doing. But through that adversity, I watched Huff say, man, we lost the top 50 kid, one of the most talented guys that has ever been in my gym. And the motherfucker still went to the Final Four. Like, I've seen Bryce hit that same wall, same adversity, guys not buying in. And at the end of the season, shit, Bryce's teams are always right there rolling. This year, shit, y'all beating big name teams that, you know, people said y'all wouldn't be able to beat. And it kind of let me know, yo, this is par for the course, man. Like, this is just what it is. When you're a AAU director or you're a coach, like, it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter what your resume is. Like, this is part of the gig.
Yeah. I mean, I
think I've not been able to watch out up close. I don't think I would have been able to.
I think I knew going forward this year was going to be different already because, like I told the kids that I said, I'm used to kids that are older. I'm used to kids that are unsigned and that their backs against the wall. This their last summer. So, and I think that sometimes it's not even that the kids or people don't buy in. It's just they come to you with their idea of what basketball is and how it should be played, how they should be playing it, what they think is a good shot versus a bad shot versus what I think is a good shot versus a bad shot. So, and getting them to buy in or understand what's right and what's wrong takes time. So, I mean, we struggled for a while because I'm like, one, these kids don't play hard. They're not, like, for me, that's the one thing. Like, if you're not going to play hard, I get so frustrated with that. The second thing is, like, taking good shots and just hitting the open man. That's it. But for some reason, kids will change the message and say, he told me not to shoot.
Oh my God. Yes.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, I don't tell anybody not to shoot.
Facts.
But I've been doing this long enough, and I've also played long enough to know what's a good shot versus a bad shot, or what even somebody who's evaluating you is going to consider a good shot versus a bad shot. And I think players, like I said, I think players and parents come in with this agenda or idea that I have to get off 25 shots or whatever. No, you don't. But if you take 25 and you only make 3, guess what? You're not going to get an offer. You know what I mean? So I think it's about, sometimes it's not even about them not buying in or whatever it is. Like, they want to buy in or they want to be there, but they don't understand right from wrong. When it sounds crazy, but
I'm going to say something that I don't think you guys would ever think that I would say, because I'm always pro-parent and I'm always protecting the parents for the last 2 years on this show. Parents have no fucking idea what they're talking about. You swear you don't. I've heard the craziest shit over the last 3 weeks. Man, if you haven't been out here on the circuit, if you haven't been watching 17U over the last few years, if you know what I mean? Like, if you haven't been out here, if you don't know the fake offers from the real offers, if you're not paying attention to where a kid signs versus what offers that you felt like they got, you have no idea what the fuck is going on, bro. And it's so hard to explain that. Yes, this is
right. Can I even take it one?
Kids are getting caught up.
Can I take it one step further? We didn't have our live periods this summer. We didn't have our live period in March, and we didn't have one in July. So understand that intensifies it 20 times more.
Yes.
So
yes,
if you know you're having issues or complaints or I know-it-alls, when coaches come, it becomes a whole different, even another level of BS. For lack of a better term, because I can't think of one, but it's even different. It's even more crazy.
I'm gonna tell you, like, Our first 2 weeks, we come out the first weekend. We're on the main court. SUV TV is on our court. Sean, Locke, all the OTR, Willie, all the OTR guys are watching our game. Cameras, mixtape cameras on our court, and it's our first game out.
You're talking about in Rock Hill?
In Rock Hill.
Yeah.
Our first team goes 2-0.
Mm-hmm. I watched them.
Okay. We come home. I have 2 Power 5 schools on my phone and 3 Ivy League schools reaching out. Okay. Our second weekend, I swear I've never seen so many no pass and shot possessions or one pass and shoot possessions in my entire life. I benched my starting 5. Well, I benched 4 out of my starting 5. We were down 27. I benched 4 out of my starting 5, only left 1 starter in the game. I put my son and a bunch of other kids who were playing on the second team the previous week in the game. Within 4 minutes, we're down to their lead is only 10. Ball's moving, not sticking. Long story short, we leave the second weekend with 4 offers to come to Kansas to the Crossroad Elite Camp.
Mm-hmm.
I take that away as, well, damn it, you know what? We didn't have the weekend that we wanted, but AAU is based off of exposure. We got kids exposure. We're doing our job. To have conversations with parents after that, I am looking at you like.
But what is the conversation about?
Oh man, like I got guys going after my coach. I got like crazy, all craziness. It's all craziness.
Stemming from the attention that they received?
It's coming from just not being bought in the first place. And here's what I say to that. Leave. Hey man, look. I could be like most AAU programs with my son on the team, and I could coach and my son could play the whole game. Because that's how most AAU programs operate. There are 2 dads in our program that have kids on the team that also coach. One of our dads is coaching fall league for a school. We could do that. We don't. I brought in a assistant varsity coach, coaches 7A basketball. Guy's a young up-and-coming coach. He's currently winning like 77% of the games that he coaches in 7A now to coach the team, and I believe he's doing a great job. But you can't, and I've seen it, as great of a coach as I believe Huff is, and we always say, oh, Huff high major, right? When it comes to this GHSA coaching shit. I've seen kids in Huff's practice that were great players in camp and in other settings, but they weren't buying into Huff. So it didn't work.
I think sometimes, though, we can't take it personal, man. Sometimes you're not the right coach for the kid.
For sure.
You know, I can say from my programs that I've coached, my job is to prepare you. So if you want the opportunity to play at the next level, you're going to get it. But so that doesn't mean we're just going to let you run down and do what you want to do and not play the right kind of basketball, not play defense, because those things don't work at the next level. But, you know, some guys, I'm not the guy for them, and I'm fine with that. It's okay. You can still be successful somewhere else. But I got to do what I got to do in my program. I got to do what I got to do for those other 14, 15 guys I got in my program who do want to do what my staff and I are trying to get them to do. You got to be a great teammate, man. I don't care what team you're on. If there's parents and players listening, you got to be a great teammate. And that's playing simple basketball, kicking the ball up the floor, picking your teammate up off the floor. You know, I don't think nothing There's nothing wrong with doing the right thing and holding kids accountable.
Understanding spacing on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief, man. Like understanding basic reads on and ignoring the snipers in the building. Ooh. See, one thing that and I had a meeting to talk to some of the kids, not all of them because they all didn't show up to work out, but the kids that showed out, I had a conversation with them. I said, look, it's not my job to ignore your parents, it's yours. When we get on the floor and your parents screaming, go, 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 right? And you're running into a trap and turning the ball over, that's you are supposed to ignore your parent, not me. When we draw it up and we tell you the right thing to do, we're telling you to swing the ball. We're telling you hit the guy in the middle and then run off of that. Like we're telling you the right thing to do. You don't do it. That's on you, right? But I'm gonna talk a little bit of shit because I never really talk about.
Here's the thing about it. And like I said, like last year, the kids I had, I rarely had to raise my voice because we had this relationship with each other that I saw something, I communicated with you, and they went and did it, or they saw something and they communicated back with me and they went and did it. And they were mature basketball players, and it was never a thing where I had to go above and beyond my normal tone of voice because we both had a mutual respect for each other. And if a kid or parent hasn't seen you in the past and seen what you have done or what you can do, they're going to think that they can do what they want to do.
I think that's important, Bryce, because my head coach is not a yeller.
Right.
And this season, I've backed off from being the drill sergeant yeller type coach because I feel like as kids mature,
as they're older, not it.
Yeah, I'm telling them you can't expect me to bring your energy to the game.
Right.
You can't feed off of me every minute that you're playing. You have to bring your own. So we can explain things to you, but like I lost my voice. I'm just getting my voice back today.
I mean, I think, and it's just like, let's be clear here. If you can't do basic things, and like Huff said, maybe I'm not the right coach for you because in practice, you could probably gonna think I'm an asshole because I'm gonna make you feel like, well, why the hell can't you do triple threat? Why can't you dribble with your left hand? And why can't you step into a jump shot? And you know what I mean? I'm that kind of person. And there's nothing that anybody can say that's going to make me change that because that's who I am. So we can have these conversations, but if you can't do those, you can't execute those basic things, driving kicks, and you have to have a seat.
And I think this is important, right? How Sexton played in high school was completely glorified. We got to decide which side we on. Everybody ain't calling.
Everybody ain't calling.
80-90% of the guys in the league are role players. Most of the guys who play basketball, even in college, you're a role player.
Listen, I coached Colin my very first year of coaching basketball. I was a Metro League coach for Hillgrove. Colin was in 6th grade, playing up in 7th grade. It was still challenging to coach him because he was still a talented kid.
Yeah.
But not everybody puts in the work like that to be like that.
Thanks.
To get
those saying that you're not that is not a diss, bro. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a lot of dudes making money, and they ain't him either. Yeah, that I never talk about our program on this show, which I've decided I'm gonna start.
Dre, I think for you guys, your coaching staff, and you personally, and your kids, when they start to see the results, as in they get those offers and they start to go on campus, I think that's where the trust comes from with older kids. You know what I mean? Because we can yell and scream and curse and holler all we want, but I don't think if we don't deliver on our end of the deal, that's the way I look at it. Your deal, your part of your deal is to show up and play and do what you're supposed to do. Our end is to try to get you to the college, or at least, try to get you a connection, something. So I think that's where the ear comes from. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't have your ear, then I know you're not going to play well.
And there's got to be there's got to be a certain amount of trust no matter what. Like, I had to tell a parent that we actually let go. I've sent one kid off, and I think there's going to be more, but we'll see.
Man, that's the thing right there. You got to have truth and trust. So I don't care if it's the parents, the players. They got to have the trust in you that you're telling them the right thing.
Yeah,
because you've been down that road. You've done it before, and that you're not going to lead them astray. And I think sometimes that's the problem that we have in this game, because people are jumping to a lot of places. They're not able to build that truth and trust with anybody. They're just trying to figure out who can give it to me right away, like a microwave society.
Which
happen like that.
Which I think is part of the thing that upsets me so much, because one of the rules that we've always held, at least for the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, is that we don't recruit over kids. So once you're here, we commit to you. And I know that's a foreign thing on the AAU side, but we've done it for 3 years, and I'm starting to feel like that's a mistake. That we actually committed to kids, and we pencil you in for the next year. Like, we're watching your development. We're coming to your high school games. You can still train with us whenever your high school team is not doing something. Like, we commit to kids in that way. So we don't, bring in kids over you. You know what I mean? We piecemeal what we need based on who's leaving or whatever, but we made those commitments to kids. I'm starting to think
now
that part is a mistake.
Now, Dre, here's going to be another aspect of it. You're going to have that one kid or two or three or whatever they're going to end up being really good, and they end up being popular among college coaches. Then they're going to come and you're going to say, man, that's a really good option for you. It might be D2. It might be NAI. It might be D1. Who knows? It might be major. Who knows?
Yep.
That kid has to trust you and that parent to commit or help them make that decision sometimes, and commit. Because what happens is, a lot of times kids think that they're better than what they are, and they leave what's on the table, and you end up with nothing.
But and you're right, Bryce. And then the flip side of that too is, whether you're the AAU coach, the high school coach, the trainer, whoever you are, you've got to be okay with maybe you don't have the juice with that kid to help him commit. Like, let's say my kid's playing for you, Bryce, you may be the one with the juice. And I have to be okay with that. Or the flip side is, he's playing for me in high school, he's playing for you in AAU, but I got the juice. Or maybe Dre's the trainer. We got to be okay, because it's all about the kid. Doesn't matter who has the juice, as long as we all in it for the right reasons.
For sure. And I think that was a conversation that I had with a parent of a kid that we actually let go. I said, man, I think that if we get your kid a Division II offer or NAI offer, you're going to be mad at me. So this isn't, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, because I don't know what bells and whistles you're looking for, but obviously you don't see what you're looking for. And I feel like that you're chasing something that we may not be able to deliver for you. Like, we love your kid, I love his game, gonna take care of him, but I don't know that he's gonna have D1 athleticism or high major athleticism. And if you don't get that, then you can't expect me to get you that. So if I get your kid a D2 or an NAI offer, you're mad? And I look him right in the eye, you're going to be mad? And the thing that made me ask him to leave was he paused and he thought about it. This ain't going to work. Like, immediately. If you have to take a long thought about that if I get your kid a D2 offer, are you going to be upset? We can't work together.
But the question is, do you even know anything about those levels other than D1?
I don't think they do.
Like
I don't think they do.
There's an NAIA program, an HBCU, that has a guy that played in NBA, and there are only 2 dudes in the Chicago Bulls history that wore number 23. We all know who one of them was, right?
For sure.
And this kid was another one. He came from NAIA.
I don't think they watch those games. I don't think they pay attention, or people pay attention to what kids are going to which level and why. Like, I don't think people pay attention. So I think when you talk to parents and kids, it's North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas. They're naming schools that they think are big schools. And they have no idea, like right now, Huff, the landscape with these kids and parents, I can't even tell you how hard it is to get a kid to look at an Ivy League school or a high academic school with some enthusiasm. It's insane.
That's the next 40 years, not the next 4.
So they're skipping over a lot of conferences in college basketball that they don't understand. A lot of conferences are developing student athletes and pros. It might take 4 years, but these coaches are like College of Charleston had a dude in the draft, I think the last couple of years.
Yes.
Hofstra had a dude last year. Murray State. I mean, like you can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Also, for whatever reason, we're only talking about the NBA. Like, dudes not making real money overseas if you're trying to play the basketball thing.
Yeah, they making money over there too.
Dual citizenship is nice. We told 2 parents. We have a wonderful relationship with the University of Penn. And it's growing and it's building, and we love them. They love us. And we told 2 parents, hey, we just got you put on Penn's watch list. And the response was so disheartening.
What?
What's
like nothing. Blank statement.
Penn as in playing in the Palestra?
Yeah. Like, the response was so cold, like nothing. And those things are immediate red flags for me.
So if you're not in the top 100 of your class on ESPN or whatever rankings you choose, do you go high major? Sometimes you do, but for the most part, you don't, right?
Again, I will have people go back. It's 2020. Go back 5 years and look at the top 20 list just in the state of Georgia and see what happened to all those kids. So see what happened. I mean, you've got to choose the right spot, and you got to choose somewhere that you can see yourself being at if basketball were to stop. Don't go somewhere they don't have your major. Like, that's not a winning situation. Realize that, and I understand this happens. You've got to go for whoever else is on that team and the program. As much as I'd hate to say that, you can't always go for the coach, because that coach can get another job the next year.
Yes.
Or you sign late, you can get another job before the ink is dry. We heard the story of Jermaine Jones on this podcast.
Facts. And the crazy part is, I think nowadays we've moved to just names of schools. I don't even think guys are really thinking about a coach, a style of play, anything like that. I don't think these kids are dreaming of playing for a certain coach.
Let's be honest here. They're not, because they don't know. So let's say Texas A&M is recruiting you or something, or Virginia Tech. Do you think those kids have an idea who Buzz Williams is?
Not a clue.
I mean, we'll take it even better than that, you know. And I know this may hurt Dre a little bit, but the previous staff at Kennesaw State, like, so if they were recruiting you and you like, oh, I'm going to play D1, not realizing they run flex. And if you don't know what you're doing in flex, you ain't getting on the floor. If you ain't never ran any offense, you ain't getting on the floor in flex.
I would have went to Kennesaw State and came off the flex cut though. I can't lie. Yeah, that was my game.
But if you didn't even know what a flex cut was,
mid-range jumper king.
Man, elbow and 3, corner 3.
You know, you've got to figure out what programs are successful. Like Siena, for instance. Siena plays a lot of times, and they getting up and down the floor, and you can get it off.
Not only that is a basketball town, and their arenas are usually sold out.
Hey man,
but it's Siena, coach.
It's up north. Yeah.
It ain't St. John's. It ain't Stanford.
That most people don't know. BYU letting you get it off too. Whole lot of dribble handoffs and deep threes, dog. They letting you get it off. But you know, that part is just disheartening because I just don't want people to underestimate how hard it is to get a real offer. It's not hard to strong arm offers. It's a lot of guys, you guys out here strong arming offers. That's a thing.
I'm not good enough for that. You got to be able to play.
It's a whole lot of dudes out here just straight strong arming offers. Basically, like,
oh, it's gonna be some. Oh man, that Zoom Skype video game was not what we looking at in person. It's gonna,
oh man,
it's gonna be. I'm telling you, it's a difference. It's a difference when you're seeing the dude up close, and that's why I think that the kids I have didn't get a lot of offers because you have to see them in person to see how hard they're playing.
For sure.
You got to see how hard they're playing. You got to see them denying. You got to see them attacking the basket, attacking the rack. And you're going to miss some of that. You're going to miss the athleticism and that strength that they have. You're going to miss it. Like if I'm looking at Bam, I see a 6-foot guard. It's different than seeing him in person, how strong this kid is. He can lock up a lot of kids in the class, but I gotta see, you know what I mean? Like it's different.
For sure.
Being a small guard, understanding what programs or what coaches play small guards.
So what I was gonna ask Dre was, do your kids think that parents think that they are better than? I mean, what do they think? Like, they think they're like, what is? I don't understand.
I think that I have some kids that have some ability.
Yeah.
Right. I think if they continue to work, who knows? The sky is the limit.
Right.
I think that they just have to understand how this works for real and not how they think this works. I think there's a lot of confusion because of the lights and the this and the that. There's a lot of distractions.
So have you taken them to see a high level 17U AAU game? I'm talking about high level. Like
no,
it's two 6'10s on the court. It's a handful of 6'7s and 6'8s, and some really good savvy guards. That's what I'm talking about.
I think they missed that. I think, of course, I'm there. Big Dave is part of our organization. He's there. So we understand that. I think there is a big gap of understanding of what that level is.
It's a huge gap. You see it. Yeah.
I think So I had a talk with a coach, and it's an interesting. I had a talk with a coach that got strong armed out of an offer, right? And I'm not saying no names, no nothing, because but I'm having a talk with a coach, and they got strong armed out of an offer, and I was saying, Coach, hey, it's hard for people like me because we got to compete with that. We're recruiting the same kids, or they're turning around and they're recruiting our kids. So, right, like we know on the end, you know what I mean? Like me and Dave know that offer ain't worth the pay. You know what I mean? Like we know that. The coach knows that, but the coach, coaches are going to play the game. Like they want an opportunity to recruit the kids. So they're not going to say, you know what I mean? Like they're not just going to come out and say, no, that's not what happened. But so then we kind of got to go head to head with that. And we got to tell a kid, well, yeah, you've had these conversations with this school or that school, but no, we're not tweeting that.
We're tweeting it's an offer when in reality it was just a conversation.
A conversation. There's some interest. No, we want to let that relationship develop.
That's the thing that I've been questioning too. Not questioning, but I've been curious to know that how a lot of these like 2023 kids or whatever are getting offers when schools are trying to solidify their next recruiting class. Now I'm sure there are kids that are getting them, but it seems like a lot. But the school doesn't even have their 2021 class done yet. So how are they going to 2023?
People don't think about that, man.
They do not.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's a program killer. We're having to recruit kids who think and from parents who think that stuff is real. And don't understand that. Yeah, it can materialize down the road, but it's not real. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to tell a kid. I don't know, other than I'm gonna continue to hold you accountable. I'm gonna tell you when you tripping. We lose a game, and I had a kid, and I love this kid, man. But we lost this weekend, and he didn't play particularly well all weekend. And he hit me asking me about highlights. Man, if you don't get the fuck off of my phone, like, man, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of the promotion of our kids. We know how important it is. And I feel like judging based off of the output of what we got out of our first 2 weekends, I feel like that should speak for itself. We're going to take care of what's important. But, the nonsense, the lights, all that other stuff, man, like.
Yeah, I mean, they're younger. They have time to keep working and get highlights and develop and stuff like that.
Yeah. The highlights is there, but like we just lost.
Can we, I mean, can we be clear that a lot of the kids can't even play in A10?
A10 is still pretty high now.
Man, a lot of kids can't play Conference USA.
That's still pretty high too.
Yes. We know that a lot of kids can't play in the OVC. I think we all know that and understand how high that level is.
OVC is where Murray State is. Let's start being real.
I will go bring a kid from Belmont that will barbecue most kids. Like, come on, man. Like, you're not ready for that level.
You should show maybe your kids the life roster. And look at the D1s that have transferred.
D1 transfers. Yeah.
Nothing against those kids, but just I don't know. I'm just
we talk about those things a lot, man. If we do, but kids don't watch basketball, so I don't think they really know those guys.
You talk about that, man. And I sent my guy something last night that said, I hope when you were watching the Miami-Boston game, you were watching Tyler Hero and how he comes hard off the DHOs, dribble handoffs, for those who don't know.
Yes.
How he sets people up to get his shots, the little things that matter. Because I think part of that is where society is too now. Like, as much as I love SportsCenter growing up, I think it's a SportsCenter problem. We were too busy looking at the highlights. Oh, man.
Well, if you reading my DMs, guy,
man,
I just said that in my DMs, bro.
And so we got so caught up in the highlight,
yes,
that we didn't see how it even got there. Like, y'all will owe me about the Falcons, and we say this. We always look at the end result and say, well, it happened because of this play. But in reality, it could be a play that happened in the first half.
Facts.
Like, if anybody knew that Falcons game, Julio Jones missed a wide open touchdown pass. Nobody's talking about if he catches that, the Falcons have won the game. Or they went for two early. They just kicked the extra point. That game was going to overtime. Simple stuff that we talk about, but we always looking for the highlight.
Trying to tell players, man, sometimes just creating the proper spaces, man. Just go. Sometimes, like I'm having a hard time telling kids, like, hey, man, just go through.
But
Get out of the way. Let's get a ball reversal. Let's start to get some movement.
And man,
I understand that, Dre. They understand that for kids playing the point guard position, and he's not facilitating or being a point guard, he's not going to get offered. If you're not hitting ahead and getting your team into the offense, and then when the ball comes back around, you knock the open shot down, probably not going to get offered.
I mean, I wish there's this thing I do every Saturday morning that kind of got started with Rising Coaches. It's the Breakfast Club, all access coaches with Jimmy Oakman. And they just broke down the Miami-Boston game, and you're watching 5 guys load up to watch Boston just to do nothing, to just stand, be in bad space, and to do nothing. So they're making it difficult. And then when they went zone, they're putting the bigger people on top of the zone because Kemba can't see over. Those are intricacies of the game that we're not talking about, that kids are never seeing. But they can tell you AD hit that game-winning shot versus the Nuggets, but they can't tell you how he even got open.
That play was nicely drawn up.
They just know he hit a step back.
Can't tell you why it worked.
So, Dre, on another note, not another note, but can I ask you, what is the best well-coached AAU team you watched this summer?
It's going to be hard for me. As much respect as I have for Pat, it's going to be hard for me to ever say that Pat doesn't have the most well-coached team. Even though I've watched Pat lose, I don't know that, like, even that next page Force team, they really handled the Celtics. I don't know if it was, necessarily because of coaching. I'm always going to give him that. But to me, the most steady team that I feel like I watched all year, and a lot of it was defensively, was Team Huncho. Their 17s. Every time I went to go see them play, I knew exactly what I was going to see.
But I think that
win or lose, and they never disappointed me.
That has to be what you hang your hat on. That means they hang their hat on being tough and playing defense. So I think even as an AAU program, Bryce, I think you have something that you hang your hat on. Like, don't
didn't see Team Curry 17s.
Every year you probably saying, I don't care what dudes I'm bringing in here, but we're going to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of
people shoot, and you got to play hard and defend and play the right way.
Hey, now that the season's over, I'm going to tell y'all, out of timeout, Bryce was going to them pin downs a lot out of timeouts, and the kids was knocking that down.
Well, listen, when I leave my clipboard in the trunk, just know that I'm probably done for the season. I'm tired.
Here's the other point now that you're making about that.
I was impressed, Bryce.
Bryce did a great job of running those pin downs, But if he's got guys that can't make the shot, you still calling the pin down? No.
True that.
So that's a level to him knowing what he has on his team.
See,
I
here's
was shocked that they executed that well.
in practice, in like the very first week, if I have a group of kids, the very first week, I tell them the shots that I need you to be able to make. And if you can't make those, then you can't really play for me or here and get offers. Because I know what plays I run and I know where the screens are coming from. And if you can make those shots, it's going to make you look really good. If you can't, you're going to look really bad. And that's just what it is. Like I got 2, maybe 3 plays. And if they run them right, like I had kids last year that they ran those plays right and they set the screens right the right way and they knocked the shot down just about every time. So it made them look marketable, made them look good.
I think that's the other thing that people may not understand about AAU. Like, we shouldn't be out here running a bunch of sets, bro.
Yeah. They got to know how to play.
Couple sets, but the main thing about coaching with AAU is we're supposed to give you the right spacing. And then you got to go to work after that.
And I think for me, a lot of it is you have to be able to make the right basketball decision. So if we're driving and kicking and you drive and you decide not to kick, you have to drive and come sit down next to me. No discussion. Because I saw that you didn't pass the ball to the person that was open in the corner. The 50 college coaches that were watching saw that you didn't kick the ball out to the person in the corner. And you also have now ruined our chemistry because he's going to be mad that you didn't pass it to him in the corner. So that's a
basketball play.
Exactly. It's and like you said, we're not here at AAU to run the flex and all these different man. No, I got 3 plays, and if you run these 3 plays, you're gonna get something out of it. But if you aren't passing the ball and looking to make the right decision, you have to come out, and there's no discussion.
We have one kind of continuity type thing that we more so look at as principles. Like, if all breaks down, we're going back to this just to get the ball moving.
Yeah.
And a couple
teams go to the 4-out kind of thing because I know I did, because I had a lot of guards and I had some forwards that wanted to handle the ball.
We did too.
And they were skilled enough. So I didn't want to limit them to being able to having to play down low. So you kind of have to spread the floor and let them drive and, play off the screen or whatever. And if they do it right, it makes them look better.
The crazy part is, to me, the most dangerous guy in that is the one guy that's in. You are one dribble away from the basket. If you could turn face up and go to work,
Huff
playing one-on-one.
Huff came last year to Wheeler and to some other tournaments, and I was letting a 6'8" bring the ball up the court sometimes. But I would also tell him, okay, you got to know when to go down low and use your size and get a dunk or a layup. But I understand that you still want to come out. So those are the conversations that, we're having. But kids have to get to that point. They have to get to that point. And a lot of them, they're not mature enough.
And it's trust too, man. Like, you have to trust that, like, we know when to allow you to do that and when not to allow you to do that.
But trust comes when you put in that work.
Yeah.
When you're in the gym. So Bryce know if I run this pin down right here, Chase or Bam, whoever it is, can make that shot. Because I seen him in the gym, not just when we had practice now, before, after practice, put in the work to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take.
Want to go talk about trust? Trust ain't just about when a coach is calling the play now. Trust is about when you kick into the head on transition, but he put in the work and he's a shooter and he pulls up for that transition 3.
Or on defense, committing to helping, knowing that your teammate is gonna help you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you know, kids and parents have to understand that a lot of basketball is actually your skill set. And so, like, I'm not doing this for my health to tell you that you need to make this shot so I can win the game. I mean, yeah, of course I want to win, but I'm telling you because when somebody calls me and they say, well, can he shoot? And I say, you know what I mean? So if you can make this shot, if you can make this one shot, most of the time, we're good. We're good.
For sure. Don't complicate the game. I think that's what we're trying to say, man. Don't complicate the game, man. I don't know who number 0 is, but you might be right.
I think 0 is either AJ or Chase. Yeah, he can shoot. And that's the one thing that we like. The maturity of the kids, they somewhat grew up and like learn how to play with each other and knock down shots and actually play. They weren't tentative and hesitant. And they played, like they decided to play. I understand that just because it's AAU, it doesn't mean you can jog. Like, nah, bro, we're playing. So,
Bryce, Laker game is about to start. You want to talk your shit?
We should be up 3-1 by the end of the night. You know, but you know what's interesting about this? And all these commentators that they hire for these games and these analysts, I have yet to hear one person say that they need to take LeBron off the ball and move him to the wing or somewhere else. Now, again, I just talked about having your 6'8", bring the ball up the floor. It happens off of misses. You can do it. But, bro.
Especially when your 6'8" is leading the game in assists.
Yeah, bro. Like, you gotta know when to do it and when not to do it. And I haven't heard one person say, give Rondo the ball, put the ball in the point guard's hand, maybe move LeBron to the 4, maybe move LeBron to the wing.
I like this adjustment. If this is happening and Dwight is starting,
it's happening.
He's jumping ball. He's doing the jump ball.
I like that adjustment. I think Dwight is super amped about that matchup, and he's taking it seriously.
Well. Didn't I say Dwight was going to play well this season? Didn't I?
And we laughed at you. And you're right. You're right.
Because this is his last chance. Hey, he an unsigned senior. He play hard.
He know Boogie Cousins is gonna be there next year.
When them kids know that they got one live period in March and they got 4 or 5 games of college coaches watching, trust and believe they gonna play hard every single game.
Dwight, I think Dwight's gonna play hard. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, Deion doing the most.
Hey, actually, I think it's a great hire, to be honest with you. I think they already got a transfer kid from the SEC already. Look, I'm not a Mississippi guy. I worked at Alcorn, but I'm not a Mississippi guy. Those real true Mississippi guys, they can't even say the other team's name now.
Huff, have you watched P-Valley?
I can't. Man,
I want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Like 1.5 episodes. I'm like,
Lockett was gonna be his favorite show, of course.
That's his favorite show. Now I'm gonna tell you something you need to watch. And
it's Mississippi.
And as I say this, let me preface this by I still think what I think about that guy who lost for the 3rd time up 3-1. He will remain nameless out of my mouth, but I know that's somebody's favorite coach over on this podcast, you know.
Doc Rivers, coach.
Oh, we're gonna talk about coaches. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the coach that can't figure out a 2-3 zone.
Hey, he's still playing right now, though. And he
went for another day.
He wasn't up 3-1 either.
That 2-3 zone can get difficult sometimes. I use it.
My thought before we get to Brad Stevens.
Okay, go ahead.
Netflix, The Playbook. Y'all need to check it out. The first episode had Doc Rivers.
I've heard about that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty good.
And I saw the preview for it. I didn't see it.
Pretty good. There's a lot to talk about in the NBA, to be honest with you.
It's
Billy,
a lot to talk about that Deion Sanders thing too, but I'm gonna
I think it's great. I mean, yeah, Deion gonna be Deion. He always gonna be a little extra, but like
let that slide.
somebody said, "Oh, he's just using to get another job." I said, "What if he's not? What if he's like, I'm finna turn this into the
It's a lot of coaches that use schools to get another job. So
Right.
I'm not mad. I mean, that happens in college coaching. I mean,
Yeah.
for a
But
long time,
is he gonna be
football was to get another job for a long time.
Is he going to be another professional athlete kind of guy that comes in and doesn't like to recruit?
I don't know because he's coached high school. And that school he coached at, I'm not going to say they recruited, but they have some guys.
Yeah, he has some guys. Yeah, true. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get
Billy Donovan to the Bulls is really interesting to me. I don't know why Billy Donovan took that job. I think he could have waited. But we'll see.
Who's on the roster?
I mean, you're coaching Zach LaVine and Kobe White. So
I think he's younger.
I'm on the podcast.
Oh man, tell her bring
do we want to break the news that to the show that I have an iPhone now?
Man, my goodness, that was the worst texting you, dude. Which one did you get? Did you get the 8 or 11?
Yeah, I got
that
Hey,
camera. That
I
camera.
thought about it today, Bryce, in our group chat that I could actually hit one of the things. I can't even, the emphasis things when he makes a comment, and he would actually.
And you got the exclamation mark or the laughing. Yeah, like, dude, please get rid of Android.
I don't know that I'm a fan yet. We'll see.
You're tripping.
We'll see.
If you got it before you're married, right? If you would have got it before you got married, you'd have been satisfied.
You'd have been better.
Yeah, you waited too late, my guy.
I ain't gonna mention that. Hey, speaking of kind of though, real quick, and we'll end on this so we can watch the Laker game. Have y'all ever dated or not dated, but like you ever go up and talk to a chick and she
I love it, dude. I love it. Just
get out of here, bro. Hey, Bryce, what are your thoughts on girls that are musty?
Oh, whoa.
Like you go up and talk to a chick and she smell like outside, not rank, but like
that can't happen.
If you don't smell like Lotus Flower Bomb, then I ain't messing with you, shorty. You got to go. You gotta smell like flower. You gotta smell like something good. If your fragrance ain't smelling good, then yeah, like Huff say, I might not be the right coach for you.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Nah,
yes,
I've never experienced that though. I don't know. I don't really know. Like I've never smelled any smelling women that smell bad. Or Clark.
There's some musty girls out here, man. It smell like outside.
Nah, you gotta ask Locke about that.
At least the Bath and Body Works. Give me a spritz or something.
Spritz. Nah, I don't know nothing about no stankiness, smelliness. Unless you're doing a 5-mile jog or something, that's different.
I don't see a score. Oh, here it is. Now we got a score. 10-9 Lakers.
Look, he poking my man.
LeBron needs at least 35 to win tonight. I don't know if that's true.
Look, nah, he don't need 35. He's got to play the right way and like stop falling on the floor. LeBron, the last 2 games in the fourth quarter, he's been selfish and he's been at the point guard position and they've been triple teaming him. If you haven't noticed, and he's forcing it and falling all over the floor.
Wait, AD has all 10 of these points.
LeBron,
is that true?
LeBron
AD has all 10 of their points. Hey, AD is not bullshitting tonight.
Not anymore because LeBron just got 2 free throws.
Okay. I'm with that though.
They just got to move around. Like they just can't. The ball's got to move a little bit more and stuff, and they should be good. Look. They went into a 3-2 zone too.
I don't know that anybody like that. Jamal Murray shoulder shimmy. Like I think they took that shit personal.
I think that was a game where I think that was a game where the Lakers just weren't going to play hard.
Pretty work spray over the must.
Oh my goodness,
hey, John, I'm with you, bro. Growing up, women were not musty ever, bro. Growing up, now,
I ain't never heard of that, Dre. Where you hang out?
I'm not close to any women, so I don't know.
It must have been somebody coaching in the gym or something. You seen? You was coaching against a woman or something? Smell bad? We're gonna discuss before we go. We're gonna discuss Mark Edwards getting 30-pieced on his fall league debut with the state championship team from last year.
Mark did not get 30-pieced. Did that happen?
Yeah.
Mark caught a 30 ball.
Ask Uncle Drew. It might have been 20.
Drew, did Mark catch a 30?
He did. Yeah, I was there.
Oh,
yeah, they came back and won the second game. They came back and won the second game.
I gotta get on Mark's head.
I got a picture of Mark. It was 20. It was definitely 20. It wasn't 30. It was 20. How much?
Somebody got to send me pictures of Mark.
It was a 20-piece. He got 20. Don't sit up here and say Mark can get 20-piece. Okay, now they won the second game, but his debut, they got ran off the court.
Who do they play?
Hey, that's right. All Mark is going to say. I think they
play Pebblebrook. 18. 18 is 20.
18. Okay. 18 is 20. Gave Norcross 40. Hey, how good
real team can't be.
How good
I heard.
Yeah, they got some pieces out of this on a not clear list or something.
How good is the London Johnson kid?
He was solid. He was solid. He's good.
I can't tell.
He's good. I think he's a good player. I want to watch him again to see, but I think you know how it is sometimes when you come to.
Hey, listen, if this is true, I saw a bunch of tweets about Chance Moore, and if this is true, I'm happy for this kid.
Who did Chance Moore give the work to? Well, I'm confused.
Maybe Mark.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope he has a good year. I saw a bunch of Chance Moore rebounding and defensive tweets. I hope that's true.
Dang. He had 35. Sheesh.
If he commits to hitting the glass and playing defense,
McEachern, I watched McEachern, and they're still gonna be really good.
They're gonna be really good.
Like they have 3 good guards, and then you still have Bobby. Like they're gonna be good.
Yeah,
they're still gonna be really good.
How will Dre's main guy Kamani Young do at Pebblebrook?
I don't even know who that is.
Kamai Young.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, you unlock. I think he's gonna be Kamai. I mean,
Is that going to work with Danny and all the other guards they have?
Pebblebrook's tough to beat. I watched them too, and I think when they get in practice and they really get back to their ways, they're gonna be tough.
To me, George always does really good with guards.
I think he could win this year.
How did Green Forest do?
I ain't see Green Forest.
George always does really good with guards.
I think Pebblebrook could win it all this year.
I'm not saying that because we keep
saying they got some dudes that play hard.
I'm putting Pebblebrook where I put Sandy Creek. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just not gonna keep saying that you're gonna win it all because I feel like I keep saying
I don't believe that the roster of Pebblebrook seniors.
That's true.
They know how to play. Jamal Clyce, Danny Stubbs, Tyler Sharp. That's 3 right there off the top.
And George does good when he has senior-led teams.
3 Division I kids already. They're gonna know how to play, have experience already off top. So you add in some of them other backup guards. They're gonna be tough to beat.
I can't wait to watch Fall League in person. I've watched all the games on film.
You got
I
to
can't wait to watch it in person.
It looks good. It looked good.
It looks better than normal fall leagues. I still hate it.
Yeah, I still hate it, but it looks, it was, right.
I hate fall league.
The setup of the fall league looked better to me than the actual games of the fall league.
Yes. Kid, there's such an adjustment defensively between how you get to play defense in AAU versus how you get to play defense in high school.
And it was a shock.
It's just a freaking hack fest.
Yeah.
It's a foul fest, man. Like, and I don't understand why, like, somebody needs to make an adjustment. Why the games called so different between high school and AAU? Like, I hate that.
Because AAU games, you got to get 10 games in on one court.
Right.
High school, you got. But what I don't like is, though, honestly, Dre, I'd rather have 2 officials calling the game and letting us play than 3 and calling everything, and we can't even stop. Because
like, by the time kids get used to that aggression and having for AAU, then you toss them in the school ball and
But yeah, I like Kimbo I like McEachin.
George, I love y'all. I just can't do it again. Y'all just not gonna emotionally do that to me again.
Pace, I only had Matthew Cleveland playing.
No, they had the other kid, the Josh Reed kid playing, right?
Yeah, Josh Reed
playing. Madison and Cole's hurt, right? Middleton?
Yeah, they didn't play.
This is true. That new free throw rule is going to change. The new foul count rule is going to change the strategy.
6 fouls, you going to that free throw.
And also, who are not
though too, it's gonna be a hack fest, man.
I think South Cobb's got a chance to be pretty good too. Now they're gonna have to get more production out of those 3 and 4s, those positions. But they still got. They're not as deep. They're not as deep as they were last year, but they still have some players. They still got some guys that can play.
Shout out to Baki and
he played well. He played well.
What's his brother's name? Baki and I can't remember his brother's name.
I don't know their names, but I know.
Man, but those kids stuck with it, worked hard, trained with OG, stayed in the gym, waited their turn, and now that they're getting their moment, they're playing well.
Mm-hmm. I would think that a lot of their games are going to be won based off of him.
For sure.
Like being the X factor, he's long, he can shoot. He's going to be a sleeper. They're going to lock in on other kids, and he's going to be open. I think a lot of games are going to be won off him.
Man, talking about 2 kids that just walked in the gym, right? No name, no necessarily big time basketball experience. Walked in the gym, locked in with a trainer, didn't get discouraged when they weren't getting minutes even last year, and really grinded it out.
I would recommend camps regardless, even if you were playing in the fall leagues.
I agree.
Especially if you're a senior. If you're an unsigned senior kid, I would be trying to do the HBCU camp. I would be on the radar camp. I would be at any camp I can possibly go to and try to get a write-up. I'm going to go to.
Exactly.
Grind it out as much as possible.
Got to, because it becomes a grind. Yeah, so it's true.
Especially in how recruiting is going right now with COVID. You gotta do everything to try to get your name out.
You probably have to be a fall league one day and in the camp the next day, to be honest.
Well, like I was telling somebody, and they were like, well, this camp don't do this. I said, right now you can't pick and choose what camp you're going to go to. If you know they do good write-ups, you got to go to it regardless.
Yeah, you
For
need
sure.
You can't say, well, I know Sean Camp going to do this, but Hoop Scene might not do this. And they both going to get write-ups. You got to go to both of them.
Yeah, they all have different ways of doing their write-ups.
Or Trent Marcus camp, or, the people that are going to the prep hoops camp this weekend. You got to sit on your butt and say, well, I ain't doing none of them.
Yeah, if you don't do nothing and you don't get any traction, you definitely going to, I had a coach text me today and ask me about a camp and asked me how good it was. and if he should make that trip to go. So D2s can still travel.
D2s and NAIAs and JUCOs, man, they grind
out
right now.
Yeah, they out. Yeah.
And I know his kid too. Your kid can play, so definitely put him out there. Let people see him as much as possible. Let me know where y'all at. I'll come see him.
I think I'm going to attend one basketball event per weekend, and maybe do some. I don't know.
Hey, last topic. I'm seeing a couple of AAU programs kick off their AAU seasons and start workouts already.
Huh?
Yeah.
Me.
That's not.
You're going to get used and abused because when it's time to play games, them kids are going to be gone. They're going to be at another program. Call me when you want to lock in your spot. Send me your deposit in February.
Hey,
you want to train? That's different. Like, nah, I know how the game works. I know how the game works because come February, March, when high school season over with, they're gonna go from this tryout to that tryout to this tryout, and they're gonna shop around and see who's gonna play them the most, and they got the best fit.
Now, what grade are we talking about right now?
Probably like now, if you're a middle school.
That's what I was about to say. If you're middle school, there's some middle schools that's not playing.
If you're middle school, I might start now, but I still wouldn't be fully invested because it's so early.
Well, the only reason I'm saying it because there's some middle schools have.
Yeah. If you're middle school different. Middle school different. I think middle school can get away with doing your. Yeah.
Well, damn high school. I don't know about that, there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good on high school. You can miss me with that. Because I may not even really want you back next year. I may want to see how you do with your high school team. That's the other thing.
I'm concentrating on this high school team right now.
I go to fall league. I go to these camps and fall leagues to see how kids do with their high school teams. I'm not going I'm going for entertainment to watch, of course, but I'm going to see how you did with your AAU team versus how you play with your high school team. I want to see if there's a correlation.
I'm going to repeat this.
Me?
Concentration should be on his high school team right now.
Yeah,
high school team high school season that is approaching.
Yeah, high school is coming up.
Today is the 24th, correct? In a month, basically, high school practice starts. So I'll leave it at that.
Hey. I know how that go, Huff. I don't want no smoke.
Nah, it's high school time.
I don't want no smoke with the high school coaches. I don't.
I like to see how the kids play in the summertime versus how they play with their school team. I like to see. I want to see if there's a difference.
Workout, that's fine, but
yeah.
I am coming to see kids because Georgia Man Up will have 17U next year. So we're coming to see kids.
Well, you know what time we work out.
Hey, Dre, don't send me none of them head cases either. I don't want none of them issues you got.
Oh, man. My issues got issues.
Don't send me kids because I'm gonna cut them the first day.
Hey, man. A lot of guys don't know how cutthroat this stuff is, man. But we're gonna go watch the Lakers, man. Short episode this week. Locke ducked out on us. Locke was supposed to be here.
I know where he is. I just remembered. He's probably on episode 4 right about now. with his companion.
Ducked out on us. Right. But we'll be out and about this weekend, man. I'll be at the Fall League, working with SUV TV, calling some games.
I might be at the HBCU camp. I might be at Fall League. I might be one of those. I'm not going to both. I'm gonna be somewhere. I'm taking notes.
I'll definitely be at the Fall League calling games. I'm gonna try to slide by Sean's camp. If I can make the time and work.
And can I make one last remark that I am tired of people tweeting on the same kids? Please find a kid that nobody knows. nobody sees.
Posting dunks from the same kids. Please stop.
Mic drop.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro.
If I go out and I actually like watch some games, I promise you, I'm not going to tweet on somebody. I'm trying to find somebody that like doesn't get a lot of love. I'm trying to. There's a sleeper that's good.
I got about 5 of them on my phone right now. I'm serious, like that. I don't know why they don't get enough love. Like they just don't, for whatever reason.
Hey, we're gonna put them on. Wow, 32 points so far in the first quarter. Okay, Lakers. Hey man, that's our show. We love you guys. Come check us out this weekend, man. If you're at the Fall League, come say what's up to me. I'll be at the SUV TV table. I don't know if I'm assigned to court 1 or court 2 yet. Heelsman will probably hit court 1, so I'm pretty sure I'm
there. Everybody's gonna play on the courts.
So
you'll be on the FSN South Court.
If you're at Sean's breakout,
you'll be on the ESPN court.
Right. Catch me on that TNT court. If you're at Sean's breakout camp, man, you see me up there, holler at me. Make sure you come say hello, say what's up. Always love engaging and talking to you guys. So holler at us, man. Until next time, we are back Sunday night. We back in full effect. I ain't got games this week, so we back on Sunday at 5:00. It's the Love of the Game podcast. We out.